There is a moment in every person's life that no one prepares you for. A moment when people slowly disappear. A moment when the messages stop. A moment when the laughter fades away. And suddenly you look around and you realize you are alone. Not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. The friends you thought would stay forever stopped calling. The people who once stood beside you found other paths, other lives, other worlds, and you were left standing still, wondering, what did I do wrong? You replayed the memories, the jokes, the promises, the moments you trusted them, and the silence felt loud, the quiet nights felt longer, the empty mornings felt heavier. You walked alone where you once walked with others, and every step felt like a reminder that something had been taken from you. Loneliness wrapped around your heart like a thick, cold fog. You told yourself, I am not strong enough for this. I need people. I can't do life alone. But what if this season of being alone was not meant to break you, but to build you? What if life removed the noise so you could finally hear your own voice? Because for the longest time you were living for approval, seeking validation, shaping yourself to fit into other people's expectations. You forgot who you really were, and now in the silence you were finally forced to meet yourself again. At first it was painful. You didn't like the quiet. You tried to fill it with distractions. Music, social media, random conversations, anything to avoid being alone with your thoughts. But slowly you began to notice something strange. The silence made you see clearer. You started asking yourself real questions. Who am I when no one is watching? What do I really want? What kind of future do I want to build? Questions you had never asked before because you were too busy pleasing others. Being alone taught you to become your own support. You stopped waiting for others to motivate you. You became your own motivator. You stopped looking for someone to understand you. You began to understand yourself. You stopped begging for attention. You started giving yourself attention. You learned how to sit with your thoughts without running away. You learned how to turn pain into focus, loneliness into discipline, silence into strength. And something powerful began to grow inside you: independence. You started waking up with purpose, not to impress anyone, not to prove anything, but simply to become a better version of yourself. You trained your mind. You trained your body. You trained your habits. You discovered new passions, new goals, new dreams, dreams that belonged to you, not borrowed from others. The same loneliness that once crushed you now became the space where you flourished. And one day you looked around again, but this time the world felt different. The air felt lighter. Your heart felt stronger. You were still alone, but it didn't hurt anymore, because you were no longer lonely. You had found something far more powerful than company. You had found yourself. People started to notice the change. They said, you've changed. You're different. You're strong now. And they were right, but they didn't know the truth. They didn't see the nights you fought your thoughts, the days you forced yourself to move forward, the battles you won in silence. They only saw the final version, but you knew this strength was built when no one was there to see you. Now understand this: walking alone doesn't mean you are weak. It means you are brave enough to grow without an audience. Most people cannot survive in silence. Most people cannot face themselves. Most people are terrified of being alone. But you stood in the quiet and became stronger because of it. So, if you feel alone right now, if you feel abandoned, if you feel forgotten, listen carefully. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. Prepared to become stronger. Prepared to become wiser. Prepared to become unstoppable. You are not alone because you are unwanted. You are alone because life is shaping you into someone powerful. And one day, when the right people arrive in your life, they won't complete you, they won't save you, they won't define you. They will simply walk beside someone who already knows who they are. Because you didn't find your strength in a crowd. You found it when you were alone.